Arsenal have reportedly made a stunning move in the race for Everton attacker Iliman and Ndiaye, with reports claiming that the North London club are prepared to consider a package worth around £85 million for the Senegal international. The development has generated significant attention around the Emirates because Ndiaye was not initially viewed as the most obvious name at the top of Arsenal's attacking shortlist. However, after several developments in the summer transfer window, Mikel Arteta and Arsenal's recruitment team are understood to be looking at alternative solutions capable of adding pace, creativity, versatility and direct attacking quality to the squad. Recent reports have linked Arsenal with Ndiaye after the club made an inquiry for the Everton forward. The interest became more significant following developments surrounding other attacking targets, particularly Vinicius Jr. Arsenal's search for another high-level attacker has therefore opened the door for Ndiaye to become one of the names receiving serious attention. Sky Sports has recently reported on Ndiaye's involvement with Everton, including his goal in the club's pre-season victory over Newcastle. Meanwhile, reports citing Fabrizio Romano have indicated that Ndiaye rejected an approach from Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal and has made a decision to continue his career in the Premier League. That decision could be extremely important for Arsenal. Arsenal's surprise decision. The most interesting aspect of this developing story is not simply Arsenal's interest in Ndiaye, it is the timing. For much of the summer, Arsenal have been connected with several elite attacking options. The club's recruitment strategy has focused on improving the quality and depth of the forward line, with the objective of giving Arteta more solutions during a long Premier League and Champions League campaign. Ndiaye represents a different type of opportunity. Rather than simply being a traditional left winger, he is a versatile attacking player capable of operating in several positions. His ability to move between wide areas and central zones makes him particularly attractive to a manager who demands positional flexibility from his forwards. Arteta's system requires attackers who can change positions during matches. A winger may begin on the left but move into the half space. A forward can drop between the lines. Another attacker can attack the penalty area. This fluidity is one of the reasons a player such as Ndiaye could fit Arsenal's football. Reports of an £85 million proposal therefore represent a major statement of intent. However, at this stage, it is important to distinguish between interest, an inquiry, a proposed valuation and an actual completed transfer. The available reporting confirms Arsenal's interest and inquiry, but it does not establish that an £85 million deal has already been agreed with Everton. Why Iliman Ndiaye? Ndiaye has developed into one of Everton's most dangerous attacking players. His game is based around movement, acceleration, close control, and the ability to attack defenders directly. He is not a player who wants to remain static on the touchline waiting for the ball. Instead, Ndiaye frequently looks for spaces between defenders. That characteristic could make him especially interesting to Arsenal. The Gunners already possess players capable of dominating possession and controlling matches. What they sometimes require is an attacker capable of taking possession and immediately turning it into danger, and Ndiaye can provide that transition. When Arsenal win the ball, his acceleration can become a weapon. When opponents defend deep, his movement can create gaps. When Arsenal need to press aggressively, his energy can help the first line of pressure. And when Arteta needs to change the shape of the team, Ndiaye's versatility could allow the manager to do so without making an immediate substitution. That is precisely the type of profile modern elite clubs value. The £85 million question. The reported £85 million figure would make this one of the most expensive potential moves of Arsenal's summer. It would also demonstrate how seriously Arsenal are considering strengthening their attack. But there is a major question. Would Everton actually accept £85 million? Everton have little reason to make the decision easy for Arsenal. Ndiaye is an important player, and his recent performances demonstrate his value to the club. Sky Sports recently highlighted him scoring against Newcastle during pre-season, showing that he remains central to Everton's attacking plans. If Arsenal formally presented a huge proposal, Everton would have to consider the financial implications. For Arsenal, meanwhile, the calculation would be different. The club would have to determine whether Ndiaye is worth such a substantial investment and whether his profile represents the best use of the remaining transfer budget. That is why the next stage of negotiations would be crucial. Fabrizio Romano's role in the story. Fabrizio Romano has become one of the most closely followed journalists in the transfer market, particularly when developments concern Premier League players. His recent reporting surrounding Ndiaye has focused on the player's decision regarding Al Hilal. According to reports citing Romano, Ndiaye rejected the Saudi proposal and chose to remain in the Premier League. That decision immediately increased the relevance of Premier League clubs interested in him. Arsenal are among those clubs. Manchester United have also been linked with the player, while Liverpool have reportedly held talks regarding Ndiaye. Therefore, Arsenal would not be operating in isolation. If the Gunners decide to move from an inquiry to an official offer, competition could become one of the biggest obstacles Arsenal could face. Competition, Manchester United's interest, makes the situation particularly interesting. United have reportedly considered Ndiaye as part of their attacking options, while other Premier League clubs have also been connected with the Senegal international. Liverpool have reportedly held talks over the player, according to recent reporting. This creates the possibility of a bidding battle. If Arsenal genuinely believe Ndiaye is the right player, waiting too long could become dangerous. The moment a club submits a substantial offer, Everton gain negotiating power. If 2 or 3 Premier League clubs become serious, the price could rise. That is why the reported £85 million figure is so significant. Even if that figure has not been formally submitted or accepted, the existence of such a valuation demonstrates the scale of the discussion surrounding the player. The Vinicius factor, one of the biggest reasons Ndiaye has suddenly become relevant to Arsenal, is the uncertainty surrounding the club's attacking recruitment strategy. Arsenal had been heavily linked with Vinicius Jr. However, developments in Madrid changed the situation, with Real Madrid working to secure the Brazilian's future. As a result, Arsenal began looking at alternatives. Reports subsequently identified several names, including Bradley Barcola, Julian Alvarez and Iliman Ndiaye. This does not mean Ndiaye is simply a second-choice player. In modern recruitment, clubs often maintain several parallel targets. Arsenal may admire several players simultaneously and determine later which opportunity becomes financially and strategically realistic. Ndiaye therefore represents a potentially attractive alternative because he already understands Premier League football. Premier League experience, this could be one of the strongest arguments in favour of the transfer. Arsenal would not be buying a player who needs to learn the physical demands of English football from scratch. Ndiaye already knows the league. He understands the intensity, he knows the pace, he has faced Premier League defenders, he understands how quickly possession can change. That experience could allow him to integrate faster than a player arriving from another European league. For a club competing for the Premier League title and Champions League success, immediate adaptation can be extremely valuable. Arteta does not have unlimited time. Every season brings enormous expectations. Every transfer must therefore be judged not only by long-term potential, but also by the player's ability to contribute immediately. Ndiaye's Premier League experience strengthens his case. Arteta's tactical vision, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal have become increasingly sophisticated tactically. The team does not simply attack through one route. The fullbacks can move into midfield, the midfielders rotate, the wingers attack inside, the forwards interchange positions. This requires players with strong tactical intelligence. Ndiaye's versatility fits that philosophy. He can receive the ball wide, he can move centrally, he can attack space behind the defence, he can carry the ball, he can combine with teammates, and he can press. Those characteristics could give Arteta